Supporting people to develop and grow is often the part of any job that feels the most rewarding. That's what so many people tell me. Whether you have direct responsibility to supervise others as part of your role, or you just enjoy being a good professional friend. Yet most of us work in continually challenging environments with competing immediate needs, demanding our time and energy, factors that can get in the way of these everyday opportunities. So how can we show up in those everyday moments to listen well enough to ask high-quality questions that enable new thinking and new perspectives in others? Having coaching skills mean you can enable the people around you to think well about the challenges and the opportunities that they face. In industry, coaching has become an essential leadership competency to help enable people and capitalize on their talent. High-performing leaders are learning to coach their teams to tap into their thinking. And this is increasingly important as they continue to face unprecedented challenge with no one single right answer. Specifically, in the NHS, coaching can be used when supervising junior doctors, helping to overcome barriers to progression, and with planning out-of-programme experience. It can help with career advice, as well as helping junior doctors think through how they manage their work-life balance, all critical performance factors. Coaching can help colleagues deal with challenging peer-to-peer situations by identifying and overcoming blind spots. Clinical managers use coaching skills when tackling problem-solving service provision issues, helping them find a new way through with greater clarity. And doctors integrate coaching skills in conversations with their patients to increase their engagement and participation in decision-making. Generally, coaching helps you to get the best out of your colleagues in your team. So what is coaching? Let's be clear on our definition. There are lots of definitions out there and they really vary. Coaching is enabling another person's best thinking. Let's break that down. Coaching is enabling. Notice the word enabling. It's similar to facilitating, like creating a space to allow the conditions for it just to happen. Another person's best thinking. Notice this is not problem solving or advice giving for someone, but supporting them to think for themselves brilliantly. It's a way of intentionally creating the conditions in a conversation that allow the other person to do their very best thinking on the challenges or opportunities that are front of mind for them, for themselves. A rare and precious gift. There are many definitions of what coaching means, depending upon the context. People often use the term coaching when they actually mean mentoring or advice giving, especially in situations where one person has more experience than the other. Mentoring and advice giving are helpful and important, of course, but they are not the same as coaching someone to think for themselves. Think about the human brain for a second. There are near unlimited ways the brain can encode experience, learning, and information. So we each have our very own map of the world in our brain. Because of this, no two brains are wired the same. That's why in the coaching context, it's more empowering to enable the person being coached to do their best thinking for themselves. In fact, when we tell people what to do, advise them, or share our stories, it can actually be an obstacle to their best thinking. Remember the last time you wanted to talk something through out loud and a well-intentioned colleague or family member interrupted your thoughts with their advice. Coaching respects the substantial differences between people's brains, focusing on helping them to think through things for themselves and make their own new connections. It helps them to grow and develop according to their map of the world. Now, you may already be using coaching skills in your conversations. They are skills many of us already have and use, whether you're aware of it or not. Your skill set is often made up of 1, your innate capability, which is how you naturally approach others in conversation, and 2, what you've learned over time, your formal and informal learning experiences, how the people around you have taught you, modelled or encouraged or developed your coaching skills. Here is a skills spectrum. At one end, we have instructing, giving advice, offering guidance and giving feedback. These are important skills, especially when we are sharing our experience or expertise. In the middle, we give direction less, for example, in making suggestions, which is more about providing options or choices. And toward the top are the skills that are non-directive, asking open questions, summarising or paraphrasing what we heard someone say to acknowledge them, reflecting back like a mirror to help them feel clearer about what they think, noticing in a neutral way, and the last one, generating insight, which is about being so connected and present with someone that their ideas and insight just flow. To simplify, the bottom end is more tell, especially when we start sentences with what you need to do is, or don't worry about that, you need to focus on this. And coaching skills, as you might imagine, are more at the listen end of the spectrum. They are the skills needed for someone to step in and explore their thoughts, feelings, actions, and choices freely, which normally means without fear of negative judgment. And here's a secret, and it feels counterintuitive because we are taught to have the answers all the way through school, college, and the world of work. But coaching someone well actually means getting out of the way with what you think. Being more aware of what you currently do in conversations is helpful in identifying the coaching talent you already have and to identify where your development areas are. And in your workbook, there are some questions that will support you, as well as a guided visualization to help you identify coachable moments in which to practice.